A video recently circulating on social media was recorded during an incident in Texas. A driver driving a sedan intentionally drove into a man driving a moto behind him. The speed was too fast, causing the driver of the moto to run off the road. Worth mentioning is his reaction to the incident. "I don't care."
You hit them!
I don't care.
I got it on video too.
I don't care. Double one. Yellow stripe.
Nah.
What is karma in road rage? Karma is when you become a fool through your own actions, caused by what you have done.
Calm down, bro. Yo, calm down.
Perhaps for many people, time is more important than safety. The driver of this van, in a fit of rage, rammed into an SUV because he wanted to run a red light. Finally, when he ran the red light on his own accord, the bus arrived at the same time. This man tried to run a red light, and he even got angry at the man driving the oncoming SUV, so absorbed in his rage that he received karma soon after. A man on this motorbike got angry and gave the middle finger to the driver of a car turning left after carefully turning on the turn signal. Unfortunately for the cyclist, he was quickly overtaken by karma and crashed into a rickshaw with his right foot. This young man decided to stop and answer the phone while he was standing in the middle of the street. But as soon as he received the reminder, he chose to get angry. If you were the driver in this situation, what would you do? If you are not a professional boxer, don't think about confronting 4 people alone. This is definitely a bad idea, no matter how great your rage is. There are many reasons why you should never drink and drive, and this is one of the biggest reasons. This woman almost had to accept the karma she created for herself when she was engrossed in cursing and sticking her middle finger in the face of the sedan driver, because she thought the sedan refused to give way to her. Dylan was driving his truck home after work when 2 men dangerously pulled up behind him, causing Dylan to honk his horn to warn him. However, this was also the reason why these 2 people got angry, so they decided to get out of the car and approach Dylan with a stick in hand. A minor incident earlier led to a conflict among these 3 drivers. While everything could be resolved peacefully and for the good of both parties, the man holding the iron rod did not think about that. In the end, when the rage subsided, no one was the winner. This man entered the street while the light was red. He even raised his hand as if he were a god. and made the Land Rover stop so he could cross, slowly. Eventually, a helping hand brought him back to reality. In her anger at the car behind her for following too closely, this woman dropped her glasses, and as soon as she bent down to pick them up, she fell out of her vehicle. The man driving the Toyota witnessed the entire incident and used his car to block her now out-of-control vehicle. The video was shared by Dan as he was heading home after work. He came across two cars tailgating each other due to a previous incident. The driver behind, who was aggressively following him, received immediate karma when the car in front suddenly hit the brakes. This man suddenly flew into a rage at another man without any reason. When everything seemed to be over, he ended up receiving the karma he had created. The rage occurred when the man driving the sedan changed lanes into the lane of the man driving the moto. This made the moto rider angry because he thought it was dangerous for him. Everything seemed to be over when the man driving the moto suddenly overtook and kicked the sedan and then fell onto the street. Just one simple reason made the sedan angry. And in the end, he was the recipient of his own karma. The man driving the sedan was going slow on the road, which made the SUV driver angry. The SUV driver sped up and cut off the sedan. He got angry and check brakes the car behind him, but this also caused him to lose control and crash into the SUV in the same lane. A previous incident caused the man driving the pickup truck to become angry and rush towards the BMW. Ultimately, the road rage ends, and no one wins when they decide to engage in road rage. The most practical way to get home safely is to stay calm and, more importantly, accurately assess your own abilities. Speeding can get you home faster, but it can also lead to trouble. So think twice before you hit the gas. Smiling and moving on when you encounter an aggressive driver might help everyone have a safer trip. This man driving a moto suddenly overtook and attacked the sedan without any reason. In the end, he is the one who receives the karma he created. The trailer suddenly changed lanes and cut in front of the van. This caused both of them to attack each other and curse. Luckily, everyone left and tensions did not escalate. A previous incident had caused the man to fly into a rage and kick the woman's SUV. This escalated the tension when she decided to step on the gas and speed up. Anyone in a fit of rage is frightening, even if it's a woman. This is why we should always stay calm. Do you agree that using pepper spray is an effective way to deal with road rage? Please leave your opinion below in the comment section. The man driving this sedan suddenly accelerated past the moto, trying to show off the power of his car. However, karma struck swiftly as his car lost control and veered off the road before coming to a stop. The consequences of rage are never part of your plan, so the way to prevent it is by staying calm and respectful. Klein was driving along Sardis Road in Murraysville, Pennsylvania, when he encountered a traffic jam caused by a man raging at an elderly woman driving a sedan. His rage ended when the police arrived and took him to the station. Every fit of anger brings negative consequences, so I hope you stay calm in every situation. Don't try to make things worse when you're angry. A man fell asleep in his car while waiting at a red light. George went to wake him. And as soon as the man woke up, George immediately regretted his decision. It's clear to all of us that rage at the police and trying to escape in heavy traffic has never been a good idea. This truck driver decided to teach the sedan driver a lesson about changing lanes and brake check others. Do you agree with his actions? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The rage between these two men occurred because they were disputing each other's lanes. The rage quickly ended when the police arrived shortly after. You never know if you're facing a big guy, a martial artist, or possibly a gun when you decide to rage and get out of your car. So think carefully before getting angry. Everything can be resolved when you stay calm. A previous incident and misunderstanding led to rage between the man driving the pickup truck and the SUV. The rage quickly erupted in a nearby parking lot, with consequences no one could have anticipated. Hopefully, this video serves as a vivid, real-life lesson for all of us about the outcomes of rage. This guy thinks he can sneak in front of this safe driver. Little does he know he's about to be in a world of car repair trouble. The outcomes of road rage are never part of your plan. So we hope this video serves as a vivid example of the consequences of road rage. A previous incident involved a road rage conflict between an SUV driver and a bus driver. Things became more tense when the man driving the SUV held an iron rod and smashed it into the bus. In the end, the bus driver chose to leave rather than try to confront the aggressive guy. In his rage, a Nissan driver in New York used a baseball bat to smash a brand new 2018 Subaru just to deal with his anger over a minor collision. He was eventually arrested and jailed for his actions. Time for this woman is more precious than safety, so she chose to clear the snow right on the highway. When reminded, she even flew into a rage. Many people might do anything to confront you just to deal with their anger. But how you choose to react to the situation will determine the outcome of that rage. Hope everyone always keeps calm. This time, the rage happened when the man driving the gray car drove slower and refused to give way, causing the man in the white car to become angry. So he got out of the car, kicked off the rearview mirror of the gray car, and left as if nothing had happened. The two chased each other for a long distance until the police forced them to stop. A conflict from a previous incident caused the man in the Ford to grab a stick and repeatedly attack the pickup truck when they stopped at a red light. Too frightened by the aggressive man, the pickup truck driver crashed into the sedan, waiting at the red light in front and fled. Luckily, the aggressive man decided to leave without escalating things further. A conflict arose between the sedan driver and the delivery man because they both thought the other was encroaching on their lane and refusing to yield. The situation quickly escalated when they both got out of their vehicles, and the car driver threw the delivery man's helmet away. In the end, thanks to the woman's presence, everything gradually ended, and the two left after that. The incident occurred while William was on his journey on I-75 in Bradley County. Then the man driving the silver truck that cut in front of the pickup suddenly overtook and began to brake suddenly, leading to a collision between William and him. This caused the man in the pickup truck to become angry and threaten William with a prepared gun. As soon as he noticed that many people appeared, he left. If you find these videos meaningful and help you learn something that will make your driving easier, please consider subscribing to the channel as a way to help me be motivated to create more valuable videos for you and everyone. If you caught someone blatantly stealing your things and even got angry with you when you discovered him, what would you do?
I need someone here in the world right away. Someone here right now. Right now. Right now.
Conflicts occur when both people believe that the other person has encroached on their lane and refuses to give way. Everything seemed to be over when the older man decided to get out of his car and make things more tense. But he was the one who received the final karma.
Video, bro.
A previous incident had an Italian man trying to fight a Dutch man. But as soon as the two large men got out of their cars, the Italian decided to run away. You never know what you'll face when you unleash road rage and step out of your car, so always stay calm. Rage occurred when this man was not given the right of way, when he tried to merge into the lane where he was not allowed to yield. But he is the one who receives the karma he created. There's a lot of rage that comes to you, but you never know what the real cause is? But how you choose to react to the situation will determine the severity of the problem. If you find these videos meaningful and help you learn something that will make your driving easier, please consider subscribing to the channel as a way to help me be motivated to create more valuable videos for you and everyone. An earlier incident escalated the rampage when the man driving the truck got out of the truck. The two quickly rushed into each other to resolve their anger. It seems so easy to get road rage. Are you willing to give way in this situation? Comment number 1 if you are willing to give way. Comment number 2 if you think there is no need to give way. A road rage incident occurred in Tucson, Arizona. It's unclear what caused the Volkswagen driver to fly into a rage and chase a woman driving a red car. Luckily, the woman was able to leave before his wrath. Think about what you want, and the universe will bring it to you. The man received his karma immediately. When he tried to drive this, Moto tried to squeeze into the narrow road despite the two trucks standing in front. Luckily, he was not injured, but the car was severely damaged. To know if an idea is good or not, you need to execute it. The man on the bike decided not to give way to Bernie as he was riding behind. He responded to the comment in the form of an audio signal by raising his middle finger, but after a few seconds, karma had done its work. This video once again explains why you should not road rage, because you never know what might happen next. This woman's car suddenly broke down on the train tracks. Despite the man filming, helping, and urging her to get out of the car, she refused to leave. As a result, the train arrived and crashed into her car, completely destroying it. Luckily, the airbags worked, so she was fine. If you find yourself in a similar situation, immediately get out of the car and move to a safe place. Two men got into a minor traffic dispute on McGuinness Avenue in Greenpoint. The drivers got out, exchanged words, and a fight ensued. The rage became more intense when the man immediately stole the key and left. The young man was seriously injured after trying to chase after him to get the key back. In the end, the man was convicted and sentenced to many crimes, along with a bail amount of $100,000 USD. This time, the rage came from a woman sitting in a van eating a Big Mac instead of driving. To avoid a white car, she stopped and waited for it to pass, but she was so focused on her burger that she hit a small pothole. While holding a Big Mac in one hand and fries in the other, while driving with her knees, her van crashed into the bushes. But what's worth mentioning is that after the car crashed into the bushes, she got out of the car and pointed her finger at Thomas and blamed him. The man on the bike decided not to give way to Bernie as he was riding behind. He responded to the comment in the form of an audio signal by raising his middle finger, but after a few seconds, karma had done its work. This police officer threw trash in front of a cleaner and walked away despite being reminded by the cleaner. What do you think about this policeman's action? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. In a previous small incident, someone angered the man behind him, who then approached to attack the man sitting in a Mazda, only to find he was dealing with a professional martial artist. During a patrol at night when going to an intersection, Louis encountered two men on foot who suddenly rushed to Louis' car and acted as if they were victims of a collision. Their act of cheating was recorded by the entire incident on camera, and they quickly became regretful when Louis turned on the lights and got out of the car. Garrick was driving home after work when a Toyota suddenly swerved into his lane. Garrick sped up to take the left turn before the intersection, but the other driver abruptly changed lanes into Garrick's path. The speed was so fast that his Toyota was pulled away and crashed into a fire hydrant, causing it to collapse and water to spray out, damaging the road and causing traffic jams for the next 5 hours. The incident occurred on the highway when Denix was traveling after work when he saw a pickup truck dumping trash on the highway in front of the police and continued driving. He was immediately arrested afterwards. At least 20 cars were damaged because the man was impatient because he couldn't wait while traffic was so congested because it was after work. Soon after, he was arrested by passers-by and convicted. Do you think this is a good way to handle anger? Share your thoughts in the comments below. A man in a Toyota, experiencing severe road rage, was chasing another man in a Mazda. After 3 minutes of chase with small scuffles in between, the Toyota driver crashed the Mazda into a ditch. The rage became more intense when the man driving the Toyota continued to get out of the car and attack the man behind him. But the man behind him also responded to him. In the end, anger cannot bring you home safely, so hopefully this video will help us see the consequences and be calmer about everything. This man became enraged and extremely angry when this dashcam driver made the mistake of jumping out from the side road in front of him. He felt the dashcam driver had cut him off and obstructed his view, prompting him to try and overtake at 85 miles per hour before brake checking and yelling at the dashcam driver.
Emergency video.
Through many insults, the cameraman decided to get back at him, and in the end, both cars were damaged. Do you agree with how the dashcam driver handled it?
Emergency
What would you
video.
do in a similar situation? Leave your comments below.
Really? Whoa! Oi! Don't brake check me and don't overtake when I'm indicating right, please. Your car's running away. Your car's running away. Careful.
Perhaps in every situation, kindness can still be an effective way to reduce someone's anger. The angry cyclist got mad because Clays stopped to slow down. Then he followed Clays for 2 minutes. He kept shouting at Clays and knocked him off his feet. But then he drove away and crashed while trying to turn in the middle of an intersection. The man driving the Audi tried to squeeze between 2 trucks, but the tight maneuver caused the car behind him to crash into him. This made him furious, but he left upon realizing the truck driver was a large man. Sometimes patience will bring you safety and savings. The incident occurred in Merced, California, when a man tried to enter a lane that was closed for repairs. A patrolling police car witnessed the whole situation and immediately apprehended him.
Big dumbass, look at him. You got caught within a second, my boy. Where's that street news? Where you at?
The man driving the Mercedes tried to cut into Blake's lane as he was running a red light, causing Blake to honk his horn to remind him. This caused him to fly into a rage and repeatedly scream at Blake. Do you think Blake behaved correctly in this case? Comment number 1, if you agree with Blake's behavior. Comment number 2 if you think Blake shouldn't be like that.
Hey!
Please help him think of an excuse when his wife asks where his car mirror is. The argument caused the taxi driver to fly into a rage and attempt to attack the black man. However, the police arrived immediately to quell his rage. A minor incident earlier caused this elderly man to get out of his car and rush over to argue with the man behind him. However, the man behind simply took the elderly man's car door and walked away. Rage caused this woman to forget the basic rule of using the handbrake when getting out of her car. This resulted in her anger being quickly extinguished and replaced with an expensive lesson. Once again, we have to confirm with each other that a foot kick does not cause damage to the iron frame weighing many tons. But this may even have the opposite effect. Hope everyone is calm in everything. This motorbike driver got angry at the bus because he thought the bus almost caused harm to him. However, his rage quickly ended when he, too focused on yelling, crashed into a car waiting at a red light. Robert was driving when he encountered the sheriff, moving at about 20 to 30 miles per hour. However, it is worth mentioning that the policeman got out of the car and reminded Robert that he was going too close to the police car.
Ride my rear end a little closer?
Sorry about that.
I get it, you're in a hurry, but I'm driving the speed limit. Do I need to call one of my guys over here and write him to a $140 ticket?
I don't think that's necessary.
Do you think the sheriff's actions were justified? Share your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss it together. The man driving the white car couldn't wait any longer and tried to speed up and overtake, but he ended up crashing into the black car in front. The impact was strong enough to cause him to lose control and hit an oncoming car. Fortunately, no one was injured as the airbags deployed, but both cars were completely totaled. Rage erupted on the road between a motorcyclist and a bus driver. The motorcyclist believed the bus had endangered him and continuously shouted at and attacked the bus driver. The anger became intense when the bus driver got off the bus and chased the motorcyclist and then responded. Next, both men chased them right in the middle of the street, despite the two cars blocking everyone's path. A cyclist lost his temper and decided to ride slowly, preventing a bus from overtaking him, despite the bus driver honking and urging him to move. The situation quickly ended when the cyclist's wheel became bent, rendering him unable to continue riding. Be careful with road rage. It might not turn out as you think. We use this video to remind everyone of the vivid consequences of not being able to control one's anger. Always stay calm and things will be all right. But if you can't control your anger, you might end up at a disadvantage. The SUV was speeding through a busy street, which led the police to spot him and immediately question him, giving him a speeding ticket. Willows merged in front of this driver 12 miles ago. She continued to follow him, tailing him the whole time. But when Willows changed direction, she was unable to control the speed, causing her car to crash into the pickup truck. Both vehicles were seriously damaged, but fortunately, everyone was okay. I always hope that you can learn from the vivid consequences of road rage from this video. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment anything to let us know you enjoyed this topic.
You're f***ing tripping.
Who do you think is at fault in this situation? Let's discuss it in the comments section. But anyway, I hope everyone remains calm. Two men got into a minor traffic dispute on McGuinness Avenue in Greenpoint. The drivers got out, exchanged words, and a fight ensued. The rage became more intense when the man immediately stole the key and left. The young man was seriously injured after trying to chase after him to get the key back. In the end, the man was convicted and sentenced to many crimes, along with a bail amount of $100,000 USD. The rampage that occurred during a previous minor incident caused the man in the RAV4 to become angry and attack the Ford multiple times. Everything seemed to be over when the car left. but the man driving the Ford accelerated and hit the RAV4 hard. Things didn't stop there, as both men continued to argue for a long time before leaving. In the end, rage won't get you home faster or safer. Instead, it can lead to troubles and a bill worth thousands of dollars. The incident happened on the highway. As soon as the man in the car was provoked, he immediately accelerated to chase. However, the woman inside the car used the handbrake to stop the rage from happening, but she was mistaken in her actions. Using the handbrake while traveling at high speed is extremely dangerous, so if you are in a similar situation, do not try to do this, but choose another way. But the best way is to stay calm in everything. Don't get angry because of a little excitement, which will lead to wrong results. The man became angry and stopped in front of the bus to attack the driver because he thought he was endangering himself. But immediately, with his carelessness, he had a new lesson for himself. This man got angry and attacked the concrete mixer truck.
I want that truck off my lawn!
But in the end, he chose to take the new concrete road and fell down there immediately. Don't try to get angry and tease someone for any reason if it is possible to forgive each other. The biker was angry because the Volkswagen almost hit him. This made the biker angry and he hit the mirror, but this made the people in the car angry and things got worse. When the people he intends to confront, they have to carry a lot of weapons.
Abi hani hızlı geliyorlar ya, kontrol amaçlı ya. Abi kontrol amaçlı.
A minor incident caused Tony and the Acura driver to lose their tempers and attack each other.
Jackass. Hey. Dude, camera right here. Try it. Try it. Got your license plate.
It seemed to end when they parted ways, but soon after, they clashed again to vent their anger.
It's all right here. It's all right here.
Tony was so furious that he smashed the other driver's mirror before leaving. Do you agree with Tony's actions? Please share your thoughts. Duke was driving near a red light on Brisbane Road when he encountered a driver in a Nissan who swerved suddenly, almost hitting a motorcyclist in front. Duke knocked on his side mirror to remind the driver, but the man got out of his car and rushed at Duke, shouting and cursing.
Yeah, what? Hey, make a scene of this. What? I'll knock you off your bike and jump on your head, right? Alrighty, yeah. It is odd.
The tension escalated when the man hit Duck's helmet, and Duke fought back. The incident occurred on the southbound motorway, Nambour, when the Ute driver was tailgating me before the incident. The black Mazda 2 did not appreciate this treatment and protested when the Ute driver pulled along in an attempt to retaliate, causing damage to his vehicle and several people. Luckily, he's okay. If staying calm is a safe option, Why do some people choose to get angry?
You idiot! You are What are you doing?
You f***ing slut. Get the camera, go get a job, and find something better to do with your
What have you done?
The man riding the motorcycle noticed a woman using her phone while waiting for the red light, so he reminded her. However, she either didn't care or didn't see him. At the next red light, he still saw her on her phone, realized it was dangerous, and continued to remind her. She knew this and seemed annoyed. Their anger escalated as they argued.
I got it all on camera. You on the phone, you cut me off everything. It's all recording right now. I'm gone to the police. I'll follow you wherever you want to go. Alright, go. No, that's dangerous to my life. That's dangerous to other people's lives. This is the best thing I can do right now. So let's get to the police right now.
And she accused the man of meddling in things that weren't his business before she left. The driver dropped her cupcake and bent down to pick it up, and she suddenly crashed into the median. She was not injured, but the car's front was severely damaged after a strong collision. Hamsty was traveling on the highway when the Audi A4 suddenly had a road rage brake check. This guy said he was angry because Hamsty came close to his car, so he intentionally caused an accident. Both the court and insurance ruled it was his fault. You never know what will happen if the tantrum turns into tension. The rage that occurred between the three men caused the sedan to accelerate and flip sideways. Luckily, no one was hurt, but this helps us realize that rage will bring you to an outcome you may not have thought of. This story happened in Illinois when a truck driver noticed traffic was jammed, so he tried to switch lanes to the left. But at the same time, a sedan traveling in the left lane was coming and did not let him change lanes. This enraged the truck driver, who got out of his truck, but he soon regretted his actions when he realized the sedan was a police car. The incident happened in Fort Worth, Texas, when an Acura tried to run a red light and cut off a truck in the left lane, but it was too late, leading to an argument.
God. Whatever you're doing, what are you doing?
You might be on the influence of some type of...
This guy insisted that Kirby had cut him off on the highway, when in reality, Kirby had been in front of him the whole time. The young man screamed and cursed at Kirby for a long time, and even threatened to follow Kirby home. A short time later, the police arrived and charged him with aggressive driving, which was $110. Every alley exit has a sign reminding us to go slow and watch carefully. This is also why you should go slow and observe closely before exiting any alley. This incident happened in Texas when a drunk woman was yelling and cursing at everyone while waiting at a red light. The police arrived immediately to handle the situation, but it took quite a while for them to subdue the aggressive woman.
Just get her on the ground!
The car was worth £200, and the damage was worth £500. When this man decided to back down while his car was on the bed of the truck, but the rope caused the car to get stuck in the air and couldn't be lowered, no matter how hard he tried to accelerate.
Get out of the car and push it off, Arthur!
The Mercedes driver suddenly accelerated and stopped, then got angry at the car behind him. The police immediately arrived and invited both drivers to the side of the road to work. Patience not only keeps you safe, but it can also save you money. A man noticed the traffic was very slow, so he decided to switch to the right lane and speed up. But he was soon pulled over by the police and given a speeding ticket. Perhaps this is the biggest reason you install dash cams. Even the police were speechless when they saw this video, and the driver insisted her car had been hit from behind. This incident happened near Skillman Avenue in Oceanside, when a man suddenly punched the windshield of a car stopped at a traffic light and then walked away. As soon as Mad left the roundabout, the Volga driver pulled out of the roundabout, forcing Mad to apply emergency braking. A siren was turned on by Mad, and this made the driver of the Volga angry. He got out of the car and rushed towards Mad. But he immediately received Mad's pepper spray. The driver of this sedan failed to check his surroundings while changing lanes, causing a minor collision with Mike's motorcycle. Mike asked him to pull over to talk, but he ignored it and kept driving. After a brief chase, Mike caught up with him. In a fit of anger, Mike smashed the car window and attacked the driver. Do you agree with Mike's actions? Share your thoughts in the comments. The incident happened in Sydney, Australia. When the man driving the van changed lanes just before the roundabout, he then hit the rear of another vehicle. But it's worth mentioning that he then jumped out of the car and tried to blame the car behind him.
It's my problem. What you doing? It's not my problem, mate.
A motorcyclist ran a red light and was almost hit by a car. This made him furious, and he attempted to hit the car but ended up falling over. George was riding his motorcycle near a gas station in Florida when a man driving a Hyundai sped out of the gas station and cut in front of him. The car driver accidentally left his wallet on the roof of the car, and the wallet fell onto the road as he sped away. George picked up his wallet and chased behind the car to return it. But as soon as he caught up, the motorcyclist received a middle finger from the car driver, thinking George was arguing about the previous incident, and sped off again. Finally, he pulled over when he realized George wanted to return his wallet. A small incident caused the man driving the motorbike to become angry and repeatedly attack the Nissan driver. But the driver in the car did not care about his actions. In the end, he left by crashing into the motorbike. Do you agree with the actions of the Nissan driver? Comment number 1 if you agree with his actions. Comment number 2 if you disagree with his actions. The incident occurred in original Auckland, New Zealand. Both men clashed due to a previous incident, and tensions escalated when one man threw beer in the face of the other, who was holding a stick. The failed punch led the man driving the Mercedes into the altercation. The rage came from a woman, for unknown reasons, but she screamed and wanted to attack the man driving the Toyota. If you were a man sitting in the car, what would you do? Let's discuss below. A young man rushed up, screaming and threatening to attack the driver behind him without clear reason. But he quickly fled the scene when the police arrived. Answer honestly, do you find his dance funny? This incident happened in Russia when a man on a motorcycle stopped at a red light to turn left. However, the driver of a red car thought this was incorrect, honked repeatedly, and became angry, later confronting the biker. The incident became more tense when the driver returned to the car and argued a second time before leaving. But before leaving, he deliberately pressed on the biker's foot. The biker immediately came forward to call the police and hunt him down. This incident happened in Russia when a man on a motorcycle stopped at a red light to turn left. However, the driver of a red car thought this was incorrect, honked repeatedly, and became angry, later confronting the biker. The incident became more tense when the driver returned to the car and argued a second time before leaving. But before leaving, he deliberately pressed on the biker's foot. The biker immediately came forward to call the police and hunt him down. Both cars pressed each other to resolve the anger in a previous small incident. Things became more tense when the man in the Ford got out and took a stick and chased after the Range Rover. But he quickly realized that his speed could not be faster than a car with more than 300 horsepower. Stephen was driving near his home when a man in an SUV suddenly overtook him just to brake check. Both drivers stopped, and Stephen decided to walk up and fold the other man's side mirror, suggesting he didn't need it anymore. Don't ever think you can run away from the police on a bicycle. Never before will rage carry you home safely. Hope you always keep yourself calm. The incident occurred in Houston when a man driving a Toyota tried to steal a MAGA flag from a Donald Trump supporter and crashed his car into a lamppost. A sedan was parked in the middle of the pedestrian lane. This made the man angry and jumped into the sedan, but his landing surprised everyone. The taxi driver became angry when the ambulance kept changing lanes into his lane of traffic. This made him angry and decided to block the ambulance. He then continued to advance and attack the driver. The incident quickly became tense, and bystanders approached and overpowered the angry man so that the ambulance could continue moving. An incident occurred on a highway in Texas when a woman inside a Chevrolet became enraged, believing that the car behind her had hit her and then driven off. A fierce fight quickly erupted between the two couples involved, ending with all 4 people injured. Hopefully, this video serves as another reminder of the consequences of road rage and encourages everyone to stay calm and control their emotions. Finn was on his way riding his bicycle when at an intersection, a man driving a Toyota suddenly changed lanes and almost hit him. Surprisingly, the police who were right behind witnessed the entire incident, so they chased and gave the Toyota driver a ticket. This older woman tried to resolve her road rage by attacking a younger man. However, the man only responded with a smile and explained things calmly. The situation worsened when the woman, still angry, smashed his car before leaving. This angered him, and he got out of his car, but fortunately, bystanders advised him to stay calm. This might be the strangest road rage incident you've ever seen. A woman driving a sedan became enraged after she accidentally hit the SUV in front of her. Remarkably, she went up to the vehicle in front, brazenly opened the trunk, and started throwing everything inside out. But she didn't stop there. She continued moving forward and continuously hit the rearview mirror hard many times. Surprisingly, the SUV's driver didn't react at all. He patiently waited for the red light and then drove off as if nothing had happened. Both vehicles were severely damaged in a road rage incident when a Chevrolet tried to speed up but ended up crashing into a BMW. Fortunately, passers-by assisted and the vehicles were able to leave the scene afterwards. A road rage incident in Enfield between 2 men caused a traffic jam. The situation only resolved when the police arrived. Two men engaged in a physical altercation to resolve a previous incident. But the rage subsided as bystanders intervened. They eventually shook hands and made peace before leaving. The video shows two drivers, one from Surrey, undertaking and tailgating each other along the M4 before the car crashes and flips. The incident eventually led to one of the vehicles, a blue Mini flipping onto its roof with the driver fortunate to get out of the car unharmed. Two motorists have been convicted of dangerous driving following a road rage incident on the M4 near Port Talbot. 2. The man in the van refused to give way and still tried to pass while the road was in need of repair. This made the crane operator angry and decided to turn the van into a pile of scrap.
Whoa! That is road rage. This dude's psycho. Oh my god. He is crazy.
These two men had a previous altercation. It seemed resolved when they parted ways, but the man in black reversed his car, suddenly sped up, and hit the man in blue. The impact sent the man flying into nearby bushes. The two continued to argue afterward. Eventually he left, but evidence of the incident surfaced, and he was charged. The incident occurred in Pueblo, Colorado. Harold was approaching the intersection of Pueblo Belvedere and Northern Ave when a man driving a Nissan changed lanes without paying attention and turned on the signal. Harold honked to warn him, but the man became enraged and yelled at Harold, even pretending to have a weapon in the back seat. Have you ever seen someone act like this? If you have ever encountered one, please share your story in the comments section. When you don't have patience, you will have to pay the price in bills. This driver decided to ignore a traffic light, and karma quickly caught up with his impatience. A bad attitude can be the root of road rage. This time, it started with a man in athletic gear on Sunbury Road who believed the driver behind him had bumped into his car. This made him angry and attacked the SUV driver. For a situation like this, there's a good chance the guy will walk out of court with nothing more than a conditional dismissal. The rage started when a man in a black shirt changed lanes suddenly, angering the driver behind him who honked his horn. Just when it seemed the rage had subsided, the man from behind approached and threw disposable cups at him. This has made things more tense. This is probably the result of rage confronting each other, so always act calmly, even if bad things happen to you. This woman was yelling and cursing on a busy road, which distracted her and caused her to crash into the car in front of her. The police quickly arrived and took her away,